Hi everybody, welcome back to Oliver Smith Watches. My name is George Reid. I'm the fine timepiece director here at Oliver Smith Jeweler. One of the big joys in my job is those rare times where we get to find a watch that the world doesn't know about yet. I remember, it has to have been 15 years ago, I was working for Tourneau here locally, and there was a gentleman who found a vintage Jaeger dive watch at a local Goodwill, and it turned out to be real, and I think it was like $35,000, but you hear these stories and you always want to be part of it. You always want to be the guy who finds that treasure at the flea market kind of a thing. Every once in a while, something comes in that we haven't seen before, that we weren't aware of. Here at Oliver Smith, we've been dealing with Panerai for about 23 years. So we were a really early adapter, and I think because of that, we're an expert in the field. People trust us to bring them their timepieces and at least tell them their story of their watch. So this particular piece is a reference 3646 with an anonymous dial. This is one of those wonderful occasions where I bought it off the son of the original owner. It had been snuck out of war-torn Germany in a hollowed-out boot heel by his father. And through a course of events, we ended up meeting each other. He told me the story of his father's watch. I told him the story of how his father's watch came to be. And with some conversation and some trust, he ended up entrusting us with the watch. Now, what I really like here is most of the 3646 reference, or even any of the vintage Panerai, has been pretty well documented. This is stuff we know, we've seen. The last one of these I had come through, when it came to me, I knew that one came from Christie's in 2016. Like I knew the guy who sold it originally. So this being a raw piece, kind of unknown to the rest of the world, is really interesting. It's absolutely fascinating. So the reference 3646, for those of you who don't know, is the original military dive watch from Panerai. It was made contractually for the Italian military. This specific one is what we call an anonymous dial, or a Kampfschweimer. So there's no logoing on the dial on this one. It's really clean, very, very pure to the design. It is ironically a Rolex movement, a Rolex case, and a Brevet crown. Panerai didn't really have the ability at the time to do a truly waterproof watch, and Rolex did. So there's definitely some subletting here in the manufacturer. What I love is how the radium, this watch actually was one of the first watches to glow in the dark. They used radium. It's a radioactive substance, so you do have to be a little bit careful when being around these watches too much. But I love the way the radium patina is on the dial. It's just such a pure example. Absolutely stunning. This one, like I said, came in a hollowed out boot from the original owner. So it's not the original strap, but the strap that's on here, you actually have to sew the straps on. This one has like a little hook that's also patinaed to go on it. So even though it's not the original strap, I kept it on. I think it's true to the story of the watch, and I really appreciate being able to tell the story properly. I can't wait to share it with you. If you are here locally, do yourself a favor and stop in. If you're a watch guy and you're in Scottsdale, you owe it to yourself to stop by and say hi, because stuff like this happens here. And we're thrilled to be a part of the watch community here in Scottsdale. Thank you for bringing me your awesome toys, telling me your stories. Please, if you have any comments, any questions, I'm here to answer them for you. So either way, thanks for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate it.